All right. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Fox to Fox Reports. Welcome to the pre match review for this final fixture in this Premier League season. One heck of a season, honestly. As much as right now we are down in the relegation zone and we've just been playing very, very poor all season long. It seriously was one intense season. Probably, I want to say, not the most best, but the most interesting for us. The fact that, before this season even started, we never realistically speaking, at least myself, I know we were playing bad and we've been playing poorly, even at the end of last season, but getting to this certain point, as much as I've been saying with the fact that it's very hard to go down to be where you are right now with the players that you have. On paper, we shouldn't be where we are. And just seeing how much or how many games we've lost, more than 20, it just really kind of makes you think, how Leicester have been previous seasons before, losing matches, not really thinking, about where, you would possibly end up, but preferably the whole fact that you're being in relegation is solely on the back of your mind. But yeah, it's crazy how much of a drastic change it's been compared to this season to other seasons. Going into the chats very early on, blowing bubbles. How's it going, man? You're not down mathematically. It's just your fixtures, your next fixtures. Yes, we depend on other results. Just West Ham. I mean, just Bournemouth and Everton is seeing, how that match plays out. But I'll get to that later on. 12:30 kickoffs are bad. Everyone playing at the same time, it's very hectic. I'm gonna have two screens right in front of me tomorrow, watching the Everton Bournemouth and of course Leicester West Ham. The Great Escape Part 2. Honestly, if we somehow find a way to get out of where we are right now and find safety tomorrow, this is by far the Great Escape, beating the one we had in 2014, 2015. This is the biggest Great Escape. Thoughts on Forest safe? They deserve it. They beat Arsenal. Everyone was talking about Forest signing so many players during the summer. I think over 22 players, and not really having the right plan, and just why did they sign so many players? Like it's not going to work, but somehow they made it work. Obviously, they're not in the top 10, but they're still safe, and we're not safe. I think we'll win, but if you win, Leeds win, and Everton lose, you will stay up on goal difference, and Leeds will probably win because Spurs are bad in Bournemouth. I don't know. Yes, so I think for Leeds to find their safety, and that goes to, how much of a realistic possibility do Leeds? Sorry, let me just go ahead and change that real quickly. Just one sec. That is not right. Sorry about that. So, how much of a realistic possibility do Leeds have to find safety? Well, it's very, very, very low. A low possibility. We have to lose. Everton have to lose, and if we win, Everton lose, Leeds win as well, they would have to score more than 9 goals, I think, or at least 9 goals by goal difference. So Leeds, I'll say they're not going to score more than 9 goals on Tottenham, even though Tottenham's been playing horrible. They're not going to score more than 9 goals, and I think they're done. They're down. I think that's it. It's really between us and Everton. Going into a few years ago, you would have won 20, not lost 20. Yeah. I mean, it's just all bad management. We wouldn't have got to where we are right now if Rodgers hadn't been sacked much earlier. He should have been sacked earlier. And maybe we would have not even gotten to 20 losses. But yeah, just looking at the fact that we have great players on paper, just the right manager is what was needed to get to at least somewhere, and not anywhere near to where we are right now. But that's just all the board, and obviously the owner, the fact that he's led us up to this moment where we truly have to depend on other people, on other teams. Will you do a stream for it? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I don't. I might do a stream after the match, to see what happens. But for sure, I'm going to have two screens, in front of me. I'm gonna be watching Bournemouth and Everton, and us in West Ham. Did you say Forest? I did. Did I say Forest will stay up? I can't remember, but I did say Forest would have lost a couple games. At least I did say they'd lose against Arsenal, which they didn't. And Arsenal, they're a joke. I don't, as much as they've been winning so many matches, they lose to Forest, and yeah, no, I no. It's props to Forest, but Arsenal disappointed, as well as Brighton. That's the one match that they lost against Everton 5-1 that really could have helped us out. But I can't say that it's their fault that where we are right now. No, it's our own fault. But it would have helped. It would have helped. Hello, mate. Feeling better? Yes, feeling much better. I was pretty much sick all week with the stomach bug. And yeah, no, definitely much better now. I did watch the match against Newcastle. Very surprised. Certainly we could have gotten something. We could have gotten something out of that match against Newcastle. Was I surprised about the fact that we had no possession? No, not at all. The fact that Newcastle's in third place, and the fact they've been winning most of their matches, and against us, there was no match in the first half, no Harvey Barnes. It was only acceptable to go the fact that we weren't going to get any possession. But the fact the way we were able to defend, and most of the time, not have the ball touch the post, it was pretty solid. But now, of course, we have to depend on ourselves to get this win. Leicester for life. How's it going, man? 16 points clear and bottled it. I know we had so many chances to really get out to where to be out of where we are right now. So many matches we should have won. We lost both matches against Southampton. Oh man, wait. Sorry, my fault. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Sorry about that. But yes, we had two matches against Southampton. We lost, or we didn't get I think we got, was it 1 point we got out of those two matches? And yeah, it's so many chances where we messed up. 0-0 isn't a bad result against them. Yep, against Newcastle, definitely not. How do we keep clean sheet? Newcastle not against Leeds and Everton. That's that's what we're all asking ourselves. Why? How do we draw away against Newcastle, who are in third place, but we don't get anything out of Leeds and Everton? It's all about mentality. Obviously we have to get some positive result out of Newcastle, which is the desperation. The whole what do you call it, man? The just the need to get a positive result, which makes you play a bit better. I don't know where that motivation, that inspiration, was when we played against Leeds and Everton, but clearly, you see how things play out, when you have your mind focused on what it is, what you have on task. But that's just ourselves to blame for that. We're going down. I hate to say it. As much as I'm trying to kind of already semi accept our fate in going down, I think we may have something just miraculously positively happen to us tomorrow. Without Chelsea and Leicester, Southampton would have been down ages ago. Yeah, no, certainly with what's been going on, it's crazy how much of a competition it's been now in the Premier League. The fact that Brighton a couple years back weren't that good, now they're playing very decently. Um, Also with Brentford, these teams just are playing well and they're adding much more competition. The fact that all the teams that got promoted last season to this season are safe, and we're gonna have new faces going down as well as a new face coming back up to the Premier League, which will be today. I think today's the championship final playoff, which is I think Luton Town against Coventry City. I certainly want to see Luton Town come up. Definitely a big new face. The fact that their stadium is pretty much in someone's backyard, as they would say. So that would be cool to see them come up to the Premier League, and certainly us, of course, being in it to experience that. But we'll see. Every fan will be watching this. To be fair, every fan, yes, that's going to be one heck. I honestly probably the best Super Sunday that we've had in years, and we are pretty much the main teams apart from Arsenal. I mean, apart from Everton, to be part of that match. But going into other things, objective, get the win. There's nothing else we can do other than get the 3 points. We have to get 3 points. We can't draw, and see what happens with Everton and Bournemouth. That's pretty much simple. Simple as that. I hope Dean Smith obviously knows that and tells the players that the best thing we can do is get the win, and then see what pans out. But really, where does the pressure come, or where is the pressure going most? Is it going to us or is it going to Everton? That's the question that really has me, kind of has me really thinking. If your team, had everything depend on them to get the win and stay safe, or if you were the other team that needed to get the win but also had to depend on the result, where do you find most pressure? That's something that's been also discussing on Twitter, on whether Everton are feeling much more pressure than us. From winning the league to going down, Bournemouth are good, but I don't know with football. That's true. But what we know is that Bournemouth have beaten Everton in the past 4 matches, I believe, or 3 matches. I think the past league match, or the past match over there in at the Vitali Stadium, they beat Everton. They beat Everton in the Carabao Cup, and by more than 2 goals, I think. So yeah, it's been quite some time since Everton's beaten Bournemouth. And remember, they can't draw either. So that's also one thing that may help us out. But let me just go ahead and get those results between Everton and Bournemouth. Give me 1 second. Okay, so just sharing this over here. The history between Everton and Bournemouth. Give me 1 second. So like I said, the previous 4 matches between Everton and Bournemouth have come victoriously. So, like I said, I think this match was before the World Cup over there at the Vitali Stadium. Bournemouth beat Everton 3-0. The Carabao Cup, they beat Everton 4-1. And then obviously, seasons before then. But most recently, the past 2 matches, they've lost by 3 goals. So that's something that, had you thinking, can that run of results continue on for tomorrow? We'll have to see. But also, it is, a different scenario. Obviously, Everton know what's at stake if they lose or draw and we win. So, that kind of just also plays a massive part on your performance. We'll see. We'll see. But let me just go back to myself. Let's see. Oh no, we saw that. 2-2 for the Bournemouth game, in my opinion. Yes, certainly. Whatever it takes, as long as we get a draw, as long as they get a draw or a win for Bournemouth. Don't want you guys to go down. I want us to. I mean, I want us to stay up too, but also if the outcome doesn't come in our favor, then like I said, we don't have anyone else to blame but ourselves. We put ourselves in this whole mess, and it's costing us to find safety. And also injuries. A lot of attention on Everton's injury list, and I'll get over to that. One big name on that list is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Going into the current injuries at the moment, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been ruled out for tomorrow's match against Bournemouth with a hamstring injury. The only player that is still being assessed for tomorrow is Mykolenko. Not sure, honestly, whether what his injury degree is, but based on this list that Everton has presented on their injuries, he is scheduled to come back tomorrow. Other than that, they have no striker, no number 9 to play tomorrow, so we'll see. That's something that that definitely benefits us, and hopefully will benefit Bournemouth in trying to get something out of it. But going also to the Bournemouth injury list, from what we know, we have a couple of names coming back. Philip Billing, recently, Philip will be back involved. He had a back issue last weekend, but he's come through. That's okay. Important player here, Traore. We're hopeful he will be available, but we're not sure yet. Joseph Rodwell, another important player. We're hoping he can play, but it's too early to confirm as we have another training session to go. So we'll see. As far as the injuries list go, there's much more benefit for Bournemouth rather than Everton, which I think is really, really big on what what happens tomorrow. At least it's deserved. We'll hate to go down if we played well and the results weren't that good. Everson better than Ward, without a doubt. Billing out. Oh no, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think Billing might just make it. So pretty much what's happening here is like the latest update on that, and it looks like he will be. It says he's come through. That's okay. So I think he may be there, but it's really about the manager with Bournemouth on how much of a risk he will put on those players. The fact that they're really playing for nothing anymore, Bournemouth. So they have really nothing to lose, and that's just we'll have to see how much of an effort they're really going to put into this to try and bring down Everton and obviously help us out. But the question is, do Bournemouth want to help us out? I don't know. We don't know. We'll have to see what happens. Who will be playing tomorrow? But it's just coming into question on, like I said, we've come down to this very moment where we have to depend on Bournemouth to get a result. Hopefully, if there's some goodness in Bournemouth, they will help us out and try to bring down Everton. I don't think any other team would care. It's really not. It's not their responsibility to bring down Everton. But it would be helpful if they did. They're up anyway. Might as well put Randolph in goal. Yeah, I know that's one thing that really really frightens me is the fact that they will make drastic changes. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they have some sort of hatred towards Everton tomorrow and just want them to go down. Hopefully. And where are West Ham's focus at the moment? Because of course West Ham made it to the Europa Conference League final. Do they want to risk players playing tomorrow? The fact that their final is actually not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, so they kind of have time. Not sure, but I was watching the match between West Ham and Leeds. Some mistakes there that we can perhaps kind of pick up on, and the fact that we've beaten West Ham over there at the London Stadium, which was a crazy match. I didn't expect us to win that easily. The fact that we're playing home now, it's gonna. Honestly, I'm not sure. No clue whatsoever, but we'll honestly have to see. We have to go in. We can't go into this match thinking that West Ham are going to give us a free pass and have us beat them. But no, we have to go in like West Ham is going to obviously go in hard, and we have the players. That's the one thing that I'm not nervous about. I'm just nervous about where our heads are at. We have the skill, we have the technical, everything. We have almost every single tool in the box to come in with a win, but it's just all about where our heads are at. Multiple times throughout the season we played matches where we should have won, but our heads were somewhere else. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for this pre-match review between Leicester City and West Ham. Now on other things, also today is the final match for the Leicester City women in the Women's Super League, also kind of battling it out with relegation. They play, I think it's Brighton. Let me just pull that up. Yes, so they play Brighton today at 9:30 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. And standings as they are right now, they are currently in 11th place, with 12th place being the relegation position. Reading are playing Chelsea, who are in first place. I want to say Chelsea are not declared champions just yet, but they certainly, if they beat Reading, then obviously Leicester are safe. I wish the scenario was like that, where Everton played, I don't know, Man City on the final day, but it's not us, but it's only for the women's team that they have that kind of lenient last fixture. But certainly, hopefully they find their way and can beat Brighton and find safety for this season in the Super League and remain in this league. But other than that, that's, like I said, that's pretty much what I have for this pre-match review. And certainly, I will also be watching Coventry and Luton. Like I said before, I want Luton to get promoted and, obviously have them get their chance in the Premier League and see, what matches will be like over there, in their stadium. But yeah. Let me know anything else regarding this match, regarding other fixtures. Put it all in the chat, comment section below. And obviously, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the post-match review following our match against West Ham and also the match against Everton and Bournemouth. Hopefully, we find just something out of this that can save us. I will truly be surprised and obviously happy. And like I said, I didn't say in this stream, but I said on another stream where I will if Bournemouth get a draw or beat Everton and we find our way to safety, I will get a Bournemouth jersey for next season. with it saying on the back, our heroes 23. That will be my thing if we find safety and salvage ourselves from this season. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.